Hi everyone, my name is Jean. I'm the CEO and founder of eGovernance Plus. We are a CQC compliance consultancy operating in the health and social care sector, with our core business offering being governance software. I come from a nursing background and have worked in the NHS and independent sector for many years before setting up my own company. My experience includes working as a specialist advisor to the Care Quality Commission and as a care home manager in the adult social care sector. Our consultancy services range from supporting providers to prepare for CQC assessments, responding to CQC quality improvement requirements, undertaking mock inspections with our clients, supporting providers to handle enforcement action, and for those who wish to gain CQC registration, we support them through the application process. Essentially, we are CQC governance specialists with expertise in quality improvement and managing clinical risk, hence enhancing the quality of care for people who use services. So, by the end of this session, you'll understand how to implement a learning culture in your organisation that drives quality and how eGovernance Plus can support you every step of the way. Stay with us now whilst we provide you with a brief slide presentation. How many of you have had challenges with quality and safety? I think we've all been there, and we continue to regularly hear about patient and service user safety issues in the sector. I turn to the CQC's publication, The State of Health and Adult Social Care, which has consistently shown certain trends over the years. We've identified a prominent trend. We found that poor performance in the CQC's safe and well-led key questions are correlated to closed cultures and weak governance systems and processes. Moving on to the next slide. How many of you watching this video have experienced non-compliance and possible reputational damage? We all know that reputational damage comes at a high cost, so why risk it? It's hard to recover from it. That's why it's crucial that providers take a proactive stance toward compliance. Everyone wants to avoid these outcomes listed here. Non-compliance with CQC regulations can have a severe impact. Providers who fail to make the required improvements can find themselves at best subject to enforcement action, or at worst with a criminal conviction and possibly imprisonment. Moving on. So how can eGovernance Plus software help? eGovernance Plus software is aligned with the CQC strategic theme of safety through learning. The system supports learning culture and enables providers to be proactive in managing safety events and learning lessons. This software is designed to bring management and staff teams together to build a learning culture through the system's key components of quality and risk management. The software, you see, operates as a unified system and provides the service's registered manager with a platform from which they can monitor service performance whilst identifying areas for improvement and take timely action. Essentially, our software is a bedrock for managing the process of continuous improvement, resulting in sustainable, high quality health and care provision, thus benefiting people who use your services. And on to the next slide, we're going to take you now to experience a live interactive demo of this ultimate quality monitoring tool. Witness how it can work for you and your organisation, and how it can be the bedrock for a continuous process of improvement. Here goes. Be able to see the login to the software. So here we go. I'm going to start by showing you the view here. Now, this software has 3 user levels with different varying permissions. So the view that I'm starting with today provides the business oversight. Yes. So this is for the director level. So those people who are working in senior management roles, like the operational managers, director level personnel in the company. This allows directors, seniors, to give them a business oversight of how this company is performing. And in here we can see you can see 2 dashboards here. So here we have a care home group with 2 care homes, Chimneys Lodge and Oakview. So what I'd like to do is to show you the audit history and the training and development. So we'll move over to audit history next. Once you arrive here, you will see here's a list of all the audits that have been undertaken in the 2 care homes, ever since, so all the audits that have been done. There is a search engine here where you can search for specific audits, but this screen shows you which site the audits were undertaken in, the date they were conducted, who performed them, and the score. Okay, so these are the percentages, the percentage scores down here on the right hand side. So the viewer, the user, can get an oversight of what's going on in each of the homes in terms of quality and performance around audits. In terms of training and development, what we have here is the dashboard, which shows the training and development scores for the 2 care homes. So this gives an overall business perspective, so you can see which sites are performing in terms of training, supervision, and appraisals. All right, so what this system allows you to do is to actually drill down. Yes, it allows you to drill down into the data per site. Yeah, so for example, if I wanted to look and see what's going on at Chimneys Lodge, I can click on Chimneys Lodge here, and this takes me into their site quality dashboard at Chimneys Lodge. Okay, so you can see here that there have been 2 audits, or there are 2 months, 2 audit entries here. So this actually combines the audit scores for those 2 audits that have been done. And you can see here that the scores, the combined scores, come to 92%, which bring the care home, brings them into the green, which is good to outstanding. So that's a good score. Scrolling down, you can drill deeper still into each of the audits that were undertaken, and you can see the individual scores for each audit. Okay, so the good thing about this system is that it allows directors, people who are in at board level, the company, to have a snapshot of performance across the company. Okay, so moving on, what I'd like to show you next is the quality and risk management perspective, and this really is the this will be the focus, the area that the registered manager will be handling in the day-to-day management of the service. So this section here is open to the directors, senior managers, to look at, and you can also make any changes here that you'd like to see, but normally this would be the domain of the registered manager. So you'd normally expect registered managers to be using this quality and risk management section to undertake audits and manage the continuous process of improvement. So, so that's the quality dashboard for the site, Chimneys Lodge. And then we have the governance report locator. So you can locate any governance report that that has been done, right? And you can see that there are two here on the system. For one of them scores 79% and another one scoring 92%. Okay. In terms of audits, this is the place where on the system where you schedule audits, whether they're core audits or ad hoc audits. And once the audits are completed, they turn up here on the far right. Okay, you can locate, as I was saying to you, you can locate audits that have been done for Chimneys Lodge. There's a scheduler here which allows the manager to schedule audits. So what audits are done and when they're done. So there is a button here on the right hand side, top right, which allows the manager to enter the audit start date, the frequency, and so on. Set reminder emails. Okay, moving down, we have a service improvement plan. Now, this is the action plan, effectively. So audit actions are monitored here. All right, and you'll see that there are those in the green have been completed. Yes, those in the red are outstanding, and those in the black here are still yet to be completed. So the due date has not arrived yet. So they're still to be done. But the point here is that this is where all the actions are logged and can be monitored by the manager, readily monitored. Moving down to training and development, what you have here is the training matrix, or the staff training and development matrix. This is still staying with Chimneys Lodge. We have supervision and appraisal, as well as all the mandatory training. Now, we recognise that the diversity of services means that training will differ, mandatory training will differ from one service to another. However, these are the usual mandatory training, the standard kind of mandatory trainings, which would be which you would be expected to have in place. Okay, so that's the overall site performance, and then here you've got the staff individual performance. So the staff listed down the left-hand side here, you can see when their next training is due. Okay, and you can see also where it's fallen overdue. So that would be the red, obviously. Right. So in terms of business settings, the registered manager can actually customize the staff training and the supervision and appraisals here. Right. So this is for the staff trainings. So you can set the thresholds for expiry, so the qualification, the duration, which is normally once a year, but you can set that to how, the frequency that you prefer. And you can add training here, top right hand corner again, you can add training and the duration, expiry, and so on. All right. And also this will give you an overview of the staff training, and you can delete any of these if they're not appropriate for your service. Okay, moving on to custom audits. Now, custom audits, this part of the system allows you to upload your own audits. Yes. Now, you would we have a template for audits which you can use here. Okay, so you would upload your audit. So you would we would add an audit for you to the system, and then you would then populate that and customize it for your own purposes. This part of the system is where you add users and staff. Yes, you can add your staff here, remove staff, whatever, by using this button here at the top right hand corner. Now, what I'd like to do is before we go to a governance report, I'd like to show you what our audit template looks like, so that you can see. There you are. This is an audit. Yes, this has been completed, obviously, and you can see we have yes, no answers here. So you would run through this template, click yes, no, not applicable, and submit it. Yes, and once it's submitted, this is what it looks like. It actually highlights any actions that have been assigned but which have not yet been completed. Okay, or not signed off as completed, let's put it that way. All right, so that's what your audit template looks like. Now we're going to look at a governance report, because this is the part of the system where you use the report can be used to the reports used to support your governance or quality meetings. So we'll go to the most recent governance report, which is here. Okay, so this is a governance report that was run in November. Okay, and you can see here that the score is 79% in November, and then the next one was scored at 92%. So again, you can see the overall performance. And what we have here below are the action points. Now, this is I suppose, the meat of governance reporting. This template allows you to scrutinize the data that you're seeing from the audits. All the action points that have a no answer are listed here. So you can see, for example, that this infection prevention and control audit was completed, and the freeze temperatures were not being recorded regularly. So what we're saying here is that improvement has been noted and daily recordings have been completed for the past 4 weeks. So this gives you the opportunity to update the actions, make sure that actions are actually completed. And remember, you'll be in your team meetings, your staff meeting, and this is the beauty of governance reporting, is that it brings management and staff teams together to work closely in improving quality in the service, and obviously for the people who use your services. It allows for you to scrutinize the data. So there are prompts here which include duty of candor, lessons learned. Are there any trends? Was there a CQC notification required? So you would run through this template with your staff team and draft your actions accordingly, having identified areas for improvement. And then when you've finished, at the bottom here, you will have the service improvement plan. Okay, so all the actions can be updated. Only the manager can remove actions in the context of the meeting. Yeah, so no one else can access the system. Staff level users can't access the system and close things off before they're signed off by a manager or the manager. So that's a very quick whistle-stop tour of the governance report. But this allows for a continuous process of improvement in the service. So now we've shown you our innovative governance software. I'll briefly summarize what we've discussed today. We have talked about the serious impact of non-compliance with CQC regulations, how eGovernance Plus can support CQC compliance while improving care outcomes, how the software can help you improve governance and care quality in your organisation, plus how the software aligns with the CQC strategic theme of safety through learning and supports you to deliver on the strengthened quality statement of learning culture. You've seen the key functions of the software and how it offers a seamless quality governance framework and one-stop shop for quality monitoring, which underpins a learning culture and satisfies Regulation 17 of the Health and Social Care Act for good governance. Now imagine having all of this at your fingertips to support compliance and improve care quality. Well, this cutting-edge software can be yours. For a limited period, we're offering a free 28-day trial with complimentary consultations for the duration of the trial. If you subscribe, you'll receive a 10% reduction on the annual subscription fee. eGovernance Plus is the ultimate solution for your governance needs. Start today to streamline your governance systems and processes and elevate care quality. in your organisation. Our contact information can be seen on the screen now. So take action today.